All right, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH by Hashem, YAHAWAH by Hashem Rakakodash. So let's just go ahead and jump on into it. So it says, in the, let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence, and give him no rest. So the scripture says, give the Lord no rest. Don't cease from speaking. Don't cease from speaking these things that we've been speaking. Okay, judgment, deliverance of the poor and needy. Don't stop speaking on those things. The Lord's going to deliver us if we keep speaking righteousness. We don't give the Lord no rest. Let his ears continue to hear our sighing and crying day in and day out. It says, give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. That's right. So we're supposed to be seeking for that judgment to come. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So what? The earth is fully defiled. Okay? And wickedness ruleth, right? So we have to keep sighing and crying in the streets. We have to keep presenting ourselves, putting our bodies out here, presenting ourselves, sacrificing to our people, right? Just putting our life on the line. Scriptures say that we're supposed to sell all that we have and give it to the poor and follow the Most High God. So that means what? Put all this stuff on the line that you have. You putting yourself on camera, so-called white man can see you. He can oppress you even more in your wages. What happened to Israel when they complained about all the things that they were experiencing under the rulership of Egypt? Okay, the so-called Hamite, Canaanite, okay, the Egyptians. What did they do? They increased the oppression. So that might happen to you during this truth, because the scriptures say, he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, right? And if you depart from wickedness, you're going to suffer. If you follow after righteousness, you're going to suffer, right? So what? It says, give him no rest. So keep speaking righteousness, no matter what, It says in Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So that's right, We're going to be marked. When you sitting out here doing all this crying and sighing concerning what we going through, hey, Lord going to deliver us, right? Because we the ones who seeking recompense for our enemies. We want to see that thing done. So it says in in Isaiah chapter 61, it says, the Spirit of the Lord YAHAWAH is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted. So we out here sighing and crying, we're brokenhearted, right? And he's going to bind up the brokenhearted. Okay, from what? All this destruction, all the abominations that we experiencing here in Babylon the Great. Us having to sit here and watch the wicked, okay, destroy our people every day. All right, so that's why we sighing and crying. That's why we are brokenhearted. All right, we don't have anything out here. All right, the so-called white man, he just wants to set us up into traps and take and steal from us. That's what he wants to do. Anything that we think is good, our people, the so-called white man and the wicked Israelites, they steal from us. So it says, bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. And who are the captives? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that sigh and cry in these streets, okay, are going to be delivered. They are the captives, right? It says, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn. So the scriptures say in James chapter 4, verse 9, cry ye out, mourn, weep, right? So that's the reason that we doing that thing, right? So it says in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So that's why you never supposed to stop crying, sighing, and crying. Okay, don't give the Lord no rest. You got to run in this walk, right? It says, for the vision is for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's right. So that's what's going to happen. You know, the so-called white man, he's not upright, and the Lord's going to judge him. So that's what we're supposed to be waiting for. Okay, the faith and patience of the saints is he that lead into captivity must go into captivity. So that's what we're supposed to be waiting for, and it's for an appointed time. This is the time. All right. This is the time. All right. And why? In verse 8, let's jump down to verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness, to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. That's right. And you know, the so-called white man don't suffer like other men. Okay? So the Lord gonna deal with our enemies. We just have to present ourselves understanding, being people of understanding. Okay? So it says in Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 2, I will utterly consume all things off the land, said the Lord. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of heaven and the fishes of the sea, the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. That's right. And that's what's going to happen in this cruel habitation. So-called white man going to be destroyed in all his stumbling blocks, all his wicked ways, right? So he's going to be destroyed. You know, Nahum chapter 3 says what? Verse 1 says what? Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. That's right. We don't depart from the wicked ways of understanding. And how do we do that? Because we keep turning to our lovers, right? We keep turning to those who we call our lovers, who we think are our lovers, right? Because we sit here and look at the poor and needy that's out here sighing and crying, and we look as if, you know, the Lord is never going to deliver us, right? That's why it says, she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, right? So that's that vibration that all our people are going after. When they look at the brothers, the 2/3 are going after. When they look at the brothers out here bringing this word, and they look at them like, hey, y'all ain't nothing gonna happen. You know, the Lord not gonna do good, nor will he do evil. And our people ain't never once known the Lord. No, never once. The 2/3 ain't never once known the ways of the Lord, right? They say you know, the word of the Lord is a reproach unto them, right? So yeah. So the prey departed not. So they love to be caught in the snares of the wicked, man. They love the snares of the wicked. They love to continue trying to sit here and entertain the so-called white man, for lack of a better term. Okay? What do you call it? Man, can't think of the scripture, but you know, the charmer. We try to charm the wicked, right? And then we're gonna get bit. And we're not gonna pity you. Your back it was good that you being hit with that rod on your back, right? So yeah, we don't depart from so the prey departeth not. It says the noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling of the wheels and of the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. The horsemen lift up up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none of the corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. All right. So that's what happened. The so-called white man come in like a flood, and all these 2/3 gonna be getting killed, put into concentration camps, just like before. It's happened to us before, right? So we keep pushing away from the teachers of the Most High God, and that's what's gonna happen, right? Lucky. Nehemiah chapter 9. My throat itch, that's what I'm doing now. Salaki. Down here in Houston, you know, it's real humid weather, you know, and a lot of pollution, and so it's always a lot of pollen in the air and stuff like that, so getting all jacked up. It says in Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 26, nevertheless they were disobedient and rebelled against thee, and cast the law behind their backs, and slew thy prophets, which testified against them, to turn them to thee, and they wrought great provocations. That's right. We continue to provoke the Lord unto jealousy. We continue to provoke the Lord unto wrath. And what happens when we continue in those ways? He lets these things come upon our people. Like this same oppression is still on us now, right? But many are being made pure in these last days. And we're understanding the truth. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and the wicked will never won't understand. So it says, therefore thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies. So that's why we continue to be destroyed. We got to wake up from that wickedness, man. It says, who vexed them. So the so-called white man is apparently vexing us by killing our people in the streets, by putting all these bills on us, all right, oppressing us in our wages, okay, by putting us one on top of the other in these ghettos, man. You know, that's what the wicked continue to do to us, and his ways are very vexing. You know, terrible apartment complexes, right? And then all these low income housing and stuff, right? And our people don't want to depart from that thing. And we're getting slaughtered out here by our own people, man, because of the ways of the devil, man, the ways of the so-called white man. He teach us to fight against each other and to want to kill one another, right? So what? We gotta wake up in these last days. We gotta wake up from this oppressive, this mindset where we can continue to reject the words of the Most High God and continue to regard the words of the so-called white man. All right? That's what we continue to do day in and day out. So that's why the Lord delivers us in the hands of our enemies. It says, who vexed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors, who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. So that's right. You know, we had different prophets that come and deliver Israel, you know, sent by the Most High. And what? Let's see what happened. But after they had rest, they did evil again. You see? Before thee. Therefore leftest thou them in the hand of their enemies, so that they had the dominion over them. Yet when they returned and cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and many times didst thou deliver them according to thy mercy. So he keep delivering us over and over and over again. All right. It says, and testifiedest against them, that thou mightest bring them again unto what? Thy law. Yet they dealt proudly and hearkened not unto thy commandments, but sinned against thy judgments. Okay, which if a man do, he shall live in them. And withdrew the shoulder and hardened their neck and would not hear. So that's right. Our people pulled away the shoulder, hardened their neck that they would not hear. Okay? So it's time out for that wickedness. It's time for us to wake up in these last days, man. So that's why we must be continuously crying and sighing about the abominations that's done in Babylon the Great, right? And all the things that our people are committing, right? We need justice for those things, man. Justice for the proud looks that we get from our people, right? But chiefly justice on the so-called on the heathen, man. But everybody that done wickedness are going to be judged by the Lord, man. So yeah, we got to wake up in these last days. Let me see. So it says in Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 14, they have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. So yeah, so-called white man has gave license to our people through what? All their proud doings, and our people wanting to join with their lovers, right? So they gave him license to set up these abominable churches, right? And what they teach our people, that there's going to be peace, okay? That you're going to receive all types of blessings, that you're going to receive good for your abominable doings, man. That you're going to receive good for not knowing righteous judgment. Scripture say, what does the scripture say on judgment? It says, evil men know not judgment, right? So we got to wake up in these last days. And we got to understand that the Lord is seeking for righteous, seeking for men that understand judgment, seeking that he will come and find us doing the law, statute, commandments of the Most High God. And it says, were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, saith the Lord. That's right. So our people that done wickedness, they're gonna be cast down. They're gonna be destroyed. All right, for the iniquity and the abominations that they commit, and they are not ashamed.